Liam Delap to Manchester United boast. Guys, it's really interesting that United is really chasing in for striker, though a deal of Matthias Cunha should be considered first priority as revealed by very many other pundits outside there. Welcome to this channel, United Matters channel. It is much like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rock and David is my name, and I'm here to obviously listen to what you people are really gonna say into the comment section, and then later we'll be here waiting to see how things really pan out, as a lot of things are really gonna be panning out from this particular story. Who is Liam Delap? Liam Delap is an English international born. He was born in Winchester, United Kingdom. He's 22 years of age. You know, he's playing for Ipswich and is having 1.8 meters tall. This season, he played 36 games in the league, 12 goals and 2 assists. Remember, Liam Delap comes in through from the academy of Man City. They sold him to Ipswich, and after selling him to Ipswich, they really have what we call a buyback clause and a sell-on clause. So, as it stands, Man United has gotten a boost of Liam Delap, because these are the kind of strikers that I think United should obviously be going in for, having gone ahead to obviously fail to qualify for the Champions League. One that I told you, it's a blessing in disguise, because that explains what United is, you know, for Shizo. That's what exactly United is all about. United is all about knowing where we fall and building again. We need to build again. We need to build again as a side of Manchester United. I know most of you were like, we need to lift this. Me too, but I've always wanted to obviously tell you my stance. That my stance is really simple. United needs to obviously rebuild, and us going to the Champions League would have gone ahead not to help us see the real problems that affected the club of Manchester United for some time. That is it. So, as it stands, the club of Manchester United has gotten a boost for a player known as Liam Delap, and today, the manager of Ipswich, and you know him very well, he was at Manchester United working with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, known as McKenna, has confirmed that Liam Delap is expected to leave. And in his words, he said, yes, he's looking at his options for next year. We support him with that. Delap has already met with Chelsea and Man United, as he's in the list of several clubs this summer. Now, Manchester United is one of the destinations that Liam Delap might go up to, and I don't really have that belief, like being 100% sure that Liam Delap will obviously leave the club of Ipswich and join Manchester United, because when you look at the club known as Chelsea, you know, they are competing into what we call the Premier League, and they might find themselves playing into what we call the Champions League, right? So, Chelsea are really playing their last game of the season against Nottingham Forest away from home, and whoever wins that game will have a very huge chance to really get into the Champions League places, right? Because when you look here, Chelsea is 5th with 66 points, and Nottingham is 7th with 65 points, meaning that Chelsea playing Nottingham Forest is really going to be a very huge game. Aston Villa is playing Manchester United, and when you look at Man City, Newcastle, I think all these teams, Nottingham, Aston Villa, Chelsea, Newcastle, Man City can really qualify for the Champions League position. So, if Chelsea really goes in the Champions League, I think that will distort the plans of Manchester United to obviously get this guy. And I think he's really taking his time to make a decision on where he's going to be playing next, waiting to see what Chelsea will obviously be having in the end of the season. But Chelsea, if they win the Conference League, they'll find themselves in a position of also playing into what we call the UEFA Europa League, where United won't be playing, and they are going to be playing that next week on Wednesday. That's when Chelsea is going to be playing Real Betis in there for you. So we are waiting to see how things pan out, but if there is a boost that you need, I think there is no further boost that you need than this. United are in talks with this guy, and the manager of Ipswich has gone ahead and confirmed to us that it's really true. Talks are really underway between Manchester United and the player, though several teams are really interested in Liam Delap. And I know if I'm Liam Delap, coming to Manchester United will be a little bit tricky, because I know I was groomed by Man City. You understand? So him making a decision to come to play for Manchester United won't, I think, be the first decision for him, unless otherwise United is the last option, because at the age of 22, if he really goes ahead to perform very well in the next 2-3 seasons when he's not playing for Manchester United, he will have a chance to return to Man City. I don't know how staunch the bond he has with Man City is, because you've gone ahead to see that players that have gone ahead to play for teams like Barcelona have always that huge bond, you know. Even when they are really let out of the La Masia Academy as failures, they go outside there and they make it, they obviously return back. I can give you the list. Gerard Piqué, United brought him in from the La Masia when he was 15 years, and at the age of 1920, he went back, you know. Cesc Fabregas, you saw what happened, you know. La Masia reject, came in through at Arsenal, I think at the age of 14, at the age of 15 and some days, he found himself playing for Arsenal. And he really showed us that his bond with Barcelona is really huge, because he even had to add more money to see to it that Arsenal lets him go to the side of Barcelona, because Barcelona were like, we are not exceeding, is it 50 million pounds? So he had to add his own money to go ahead and really play for the club of Barcelona. So we wait and see how that pans out, but it's really a boost for the club of Manchester United, though we are having someone in our way, and that is Chelsea. And for Chelsea, they are having Nicholas Jackson, and Nkunku is really leaving, meaning that you'll have a very huge space to compete in for this club. So we are waiting to see how that pans out. But for Liam Delap coming throughout Manchester United, that means we will obviously have Rasmus Højlund and Liam Delap being considered as the forwards for the club of Manchester United. And this is where I really see Alejandro Garnacho leave, with him not having the best of the best and the best of the best relationship with the manager, that is that is the manager Ruben Amorim. They might obviously offload him, you know. They might offload him and they'll maybe like let him go and play football elsewhere. So Liam Delap to Man United is the deal, and the manager McKenna has told us that they've given him permission to talk to other clubs. And people are like, why is he English and he's going in for 30 million pounds? Because that is the clause that was indicated in his contract when he was signing for Ipswich, because he was on loan from Man City. And if they had gone ahead to stay in the Champions League, you know what would have gone ahead to happen? This guy known as Liam Delap would have gone ahead to go in for like 60 million pounds. But the moment they got relegated from the Premier League, that's why his price tag is at that amount of money. So we wait and see. I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Liam Delap to United transfer boost. And do you think United will obviously get in Liam Delap? Because others are like, we can get in Victor Gyökeres, but I think that is far from reality, according to me. We cannot really touch it, but I think for Liam Delap, 30 million pounds for Liam Delap, 62 million pounds for Matthias Cunha, I think that will be really great. But the big question is, when you get in all those players, will you have money to get in other midfielders and maybe another winger in there? We are waiting to see how things are really going to be panning out into the mix. And this is where I'll obviously get in for Czech. And I tell you that if Czech is for 25 million euros, I think rather getting Cheke because he's a creative midfielder, as the problem of Manchester United has always been in the creative department. And him and Cunha can obviously improve United a lot in the final third. We out.